You're doing the pirate voice again.
No.
Yeah. I don't know why I keep doing it.
Can't
You're gonna
I
be
just
real tired
love
of it.
that sea. Dr. Bassaras, back at it again. The Boundless Shores, episode 69.
Nice.
Yay.
There's nothing special planned for episode 69. That's it. That works. Anyways, so last episode I got a little robot-y and was not able to do the question. So the question for this week is, because the week before last week it was a little West Glazy, so I'm gonna switch it back on you guys. Y'all are gonna glaze yourselves. What is your favorite moment your character has done in this campaign so far?
I have to say mine was when we were the statue had crashed down and I managed to slice it in just a way that it semi-preserved it, but also stopped it from crushing the building.
That was sick as shit.
This one may be recency bias, but Jonathan stealing the shipping manifest was
You know
a
what?
pretty lit sequence throughout the entire thing.
That was fun.
Best moment I've played yet.
I'm between two right now. And they're both good ass fucking moments.
Say them
Like,
both then.
so the first one was when I defeated my dad and became king.
Right.
The second was when I killed a fucking dragon.
Yeah,
Those are my
killing
two favorite
Solari
moments.
the coward was pretty sweet.
What do you got one, Chris?
Pretty much the entire of I think it was Corvallis's tower.
Cavalis.
There was a lot of fun, dumb shit I did there.
I could probably think of a few, but the one that comes to mind, same fight as his statue thing, when I basically just like came down like a fucking demon with the feather fall and shit onto the rift sprite and then like blasted him in the face with like light magic using like a bunch of cool spells in sequence. It was pretty sweet.
That was sick. Oh. I'm
And
trying
then
to
like
think of my
tanking
favorite
some more.
moment that the
It's sweet.
party has done. I think honestly, I don't know. One comes to mind for me that the party has done is your standoff with Jeshima,
Mm.
or I don't know. That one comes to my mind, but oh, I kind of put myself on the spot because I didn't think about it. Attack of the lungs. My apologies. All right. Who wants to recap last episode? Nate does.
Right, you are. So in the last episode, we arrived at the docks. of the city of Ragnar, was it? We docked in the city of Ragnar. A couple of guards came onto the boat and asked us a bunch of questions and interrogated us about our cargo, what we were doing on the island. Checking like how the rest of the group fit into Alistair, Tobin, and Calduin took charge and talked our way past the most of the suspicion that we were under. After the guards searched the lower decks of the ship, they went into Tobin and Orgolan's room before finding Peter Griffin in my room and took him back to the main deck before they could search anyone else's rooms.
If they found
And
Peter, did they find the evil monkey in the closet?
they didn't find the evil monkey in the closet, unfortunately.
That's good.
So yeah, after they took him up deck in chains and once again, Calduin took charge of dispelling the guard's suspicion about the Griffin. And after all of their business was done there, we set up for the heist. Jonathan getting used to his new rat form. Yanatui, as we so graciously call it. The rest of the Yeti now will put all of their magical weapons and supplies into the hole, the portable hole that Alistair had. And Alistair set or going out on a task to catch a rat. After a few minutes, Orgolan successfully caught a rat and brought it back to the ship, where Alistair put a spell on it that made it so that if there was like a detect magic spell or anything like that going on, it would go to the other rat, Rathan, and not Yanatui. After waiting for the traveler to arrive at the same docks, the heist was on.
Wasn't the traveler.
I know, but that's what it's called.
No, that's the
No,
shadow
the
silhouette.
Traveler was the Shadow Silhouette. The ship that was that you
okay.
invaded was Gilded Spark Prime.
Gilded Spark Prime. Okay, my apologies. So after everyone, Jonathan turned back into his rat form, they went, Jonathan and Rathan, sneaking aboard the ship, avoiding detection from both spotlights and the guards patrolling the ship. After getting down to the lower decks, Jonathan was encountered a door with an arcane lock with some sort of alarm on it. Jonathan, after expertly using his dispel magic to disengage the arcane, he turned back into his human form and tried to pick the lock on the door. After being unsuccessful the first time, he was successful on the second on a clutch nat 20. After opening the door, he found the manifest in the middle of a desk filled with stuff and junk.
Quick side note, as well as discerning the arcane lock, he also noticed that the crates had a anti-magic glyph upon them, making them impossible to see the contents within, which was noted curious in Jonathan's mind. I just wanted to throw that in there.
Yeah.
Sorry, and continue.
As he found the manifest, he put the jar of copying ink from Alistair that he got earlier, and a notebook, and poured the ink on the book. He touched the book, and it copied everything down in the manifest. Attempting to escape, Jonathan and Rathan went back to the upper decks, where Rathan was caught by the ship by the seemingly in charge burly looking man. And as Jonathan was struggling to decide what to do, he decided ultimately to go back to his boat, leaving Rathan behind in the process.
That brings us in as we see Yanatui bounding down the dark docks back towards the port of the port of Ragnar. Apologies. As you hear the squeaks and the cries of Rathan on the deck in the clutches of Gilded Spark Prime's captain, as suddenly cut short.
Rathan save friends.
Moment of silence for Rathan. Thank you for having this moment. As Yonatui bounds down deck onto the port, dodging between spotlights and the large crates moving overhead, blocking the moonlight above on this cloudy, dark, starless night. Yonatui, where are you bounding to?
I'm going back to our ship.
Back to the candelabra. Could you just go ahead kindly and roll me a move silently check? We'll do of just squeaking your way back onto the deck without being seen
Okay, for sure.
or crushed.
That is a 25.
Boom. Yonatui, you bound your way through the port. Overhead, the anti-magic crates being loaded into large sand skids near to the entrance. You bound your way and wind up down the deck and up the gangplank onto the deck of the candelabra. Naul, you've been down there for a couple, probably I would say up to an hour now. an hour's worth of time being stuck in the hole. What are we doing? What are we talking about? Are we all just sitting in silence as we're gonna pan into the dark hole lit by the one ever burning torch in the corner? You guys sit on these uncomfortable metal crafted benches that your homunculus has thrown together for the comfort of this brief visit.
Got A2s.
Is time the same?
Yes, time
22s.
follows the same.
Go fish.
As we find
Got any
Calduin
fours?
and Tobin kind of, they're not sitting on the benches as they are very uncomfortable. They're just kind of leaning up against the wall with a weathered old deck of cards they found in a chest somewhere in the hole.
Got any fours?
Yeah.
Yes, I win.
Get me
Oh
every
man,
time.
you think Yonatan's almost done? That was like the third round of Go Fish.
Yeah, I'm tired of losing.
I'm just expecting the worst out of this at this point.
I just take a pile of like what do you call it, the scrat or whatever jerky that we had like bet on it, the sand scrat.
I love it. To see Peter eyeing it.
I'll throw him a piece.
Peter, I gave you literally like half a boar earlier.
Listen, he can't. He's like me and Calduin. Can't turn down some good sand scrat.
Quick question, Alistair and Yonatan. Did you give him the pearl last episode? I thought you did, but
I gave Yonatan the pearl, but I don't think he's actually stuck it underneath Peter's tongue yet.
Yeah, I
no,
don't think
He
you
so.
want to
still
do
does
that?
not.
You want to do that as I
I don't think he's in the hole with us.
No,
He's
he's
kind
the
of
only
like
one that's
carrying.
Oh
outside.
no, he's not. I forgot he's not. My
Yeah,
bad.
I'm
He's
still
sneaking
in
around. My
rat
bad.
form.
The hole's just like rolling
Yeah,
around like
my
a
bad.
wheel.
I kind of just didn't think about that part. Golan, are you up to anything as your within the dark
just-
hole?
Am I not on deck? I thought I wasn't.
No, we're hiding in the hole.
You're all
Oh,
hiding in the hole.
Okay.
I mean, the fact that he hasn't clearly reverted back into a humanoid form yet means that he's still alive,
True.
but I'm assuming by this point he's either stuck somewhere that he can't logistically turn himself back, or he's doing it out of some sense of protection for us.
If that is the case, I appreciate the gesture, but like the whole point is that we're here to back him up. So
Yeah, but
hopefully
if
he
he got
realizes
flung
that
out
shouldn't be
into
there.
the ocean, he might not want to turn back because it'll flood the entire hole.
That's a fair point. Yeah, I'm sure he's fine.
I look over at Calduin. You still got the bottle there, buddy, right?
Got right here in my satchel.
Maybe keep it closer on hand in case things suddenly get a little splashy.
I have absolute faith in Jonathan.
Exactly. And trust me, he'll be able to reach it easy, considering I cleared him out of most of what else was in his bag.
Still think you're cheating.
I'll give you a pat on the shoulder. No.
I start enchanting my armor for Deep Dweller, so that way I can breathe underwater with it.
I think at that point you start to craft as moonlight, scattered moonlight pours in over the roof as you see a hole beginning to unfold, as you see Jonathan now back in his humanoid form, looking down into the hole and smiling at you like he just fucking stole candy out of a fucking corner store.
Are we drowning? Oh
No.
no, we're good.
All right. Let's get someplace out of obvious sight and climb out of here.
Yeah, want to bring us down to the war room?
Yeah, sure, man. As I'm gonna get the hole back into the war room and just set it back down.
Picks it up like an old carpet and just walks it over as you guys watch below. The entrance kind of warp and like shimmer in weird ways as he kind of carries it over like a large fabric and lays it out on the floor in the war room as he lights a few candles.
Alrighty, I'll climb out of the hole. So, how'd it go?
It went well. I have the copy of the shipping manifest, and I got out mostly unscathed.
Define mostly.
Just a couple scares here and there with the captain there. It's no big deal.
Did he see you?
He saw Rathan. Uh, he caught him, and then I just had to skedaddle.
Hmm.
Uh,
Good
and
work with
while I was-
good thinking with that spell, Alistair.
That misdirection was clutch.
I'm just glad that it came in useful.
All right.
And then
Redundancy and paranoia.
while I was running back to the candelabra, I heard some squeaking, and then the squeak stopped as bones cracked.
Oh well.
So Rathan's probably dead, but what can you do?
Huh. Well, at least you got out okay. Should we take a look at this baby?
Let's take a look at the manifest.
All right.
You open the copied manifest and begin to flip through it. You see many shipments of various metals and gold, but oh geez, hold on, sorry,
You're good.
I've lost my spot. You see that indeed all deliveries are outbound, just like Vern had said. You see many shipments of various metals and gold, but you notice that the port where the shipments were delivered to is not filled in. You flip through, noticing this inconsistency. You notice that bi-weekly deliveries had been made since the 11th of Evernine. You note that particular date is when your party was on the island of Iker. You looking upon the current date, on the first of Bright Star, which it is now striking midnight. You guys note that it is the first of Bright Star. This which was the turning point of winter into spring. And at the end of spring, in 3 months, is the beginning of the new year, 1038. Looking upon the current date, you see one shipment delivered to Veilbridge, a transfer shipped by land to the bridge construction. The contents are pounds upon pounds of explosive gemstones.
That's good.
So it's going to the bridge that Hatchco's constructing?
Yep.
What do we think, guys? Is this something they would need to construct a bridge, or is this some sort of sabotage?
This looks more like sabotage to me.
I mean, blasting could be a mundane option if they found an adequate obstacle, or if they ultimately needed to gather up additional resources on that location. Like if you needed to blast a quarry, but it seems pretty far fetched.
Yeah, especially for a bridge across the ocean.
Jonathan, can you roll me a what would work for this? Roll me a intelligence check.
Okay.
Yeah, roll me an intelligence check.
22.
Damn. What'd you roll?
17. The circlet of wisdom gives me a +2 to my intelligence.
Really? A
Damn.
circlet of wisdom gives you extra intelligence? That's kind of funny.
Yeah. Oh wait, no. That'd be a 21. It gives me wisdom and charisma. That's my bad.
You're good.
Right, you have an 18 in intelligence.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, cool. Sorry, I was like, holy shit, really? You think back on remembering what the crates look like, as well as what the anti-magic ward. They appeared very mundane, as if they were, you can kind of deduce that they're disguised as building materials,
Shit.
with these explosive gems hidden within.
Would it be safe for... I think it would be safe for Yonton to assume that whatever he saw those anti-magic barriers on the crates would have the explosive gems inside.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, because that's
the
what they're
one
offloading, and
shipment.
that's
Is which you notice strange is because it's 5 ships worth of one shipment. So this is a lot of explosive gems.
okay. What is? Am I lagging or is Wes lagging?
Oh, am I lagging?
Might be me.
Comments.
But I didn't catch it, most of that.
Wait, I'm not lagging?
Yeah, that's a Westlight.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's
that's
what-
what
Oh, it's a me lag.
I
I-
heard all of it
What?
fine. It was just his video lagging.
No, his audio was lagging for me.
Am I okay now?
Yeah, you're
Sounds
fine
like
now.
it.
Yeah,
Cool. It's a lot of explosive gems.
Yeah. Can we just say? Do you relay that to us? What you? That's because you assume that they're disguised as regular materials.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
for the rest of the group that all of
So-
these materials.
Sorry, just
that
a
are
quick question. Do you guys hear background noise in my video?
A little bit.
a little bit, yeah.
So now here's the real question. Do we let it happen or do we warn Silas? Because if we warn Silas, he may owe us one. And that's an important, could be an important person to have owe us a favor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
have an IQ.
I think we Silas about shipments of metals are actually explosive gems, and we know they're Veilbridge, but we don't know where else.
Okay, so
I have one other point that I'd like to make about this warning.
yeah.
What would naturally accompany a major infrastructure project? Uh, it is definitely going to pull in dignitaries. There are going to be secondary casualties if we don't do something. There are going to be important and high ranking individuals that are going to be caught on an explosive bridge.
That's true. So, no matter how we feel about Silas and his dealings and the possible shadiness we've learned about this bridge, we have to, for not just the sake of him, but the people involved, the workers and the dignitaries, we need to somehow get this information to the higher up so it can be stopped.
Excellent. With this new revelation, you now shift your focus to the matters at hand. You search back near to the Knights of Solari, where the Honorable Puck had told you that they had stolen the Fabergé of Frost. You notice on the 11th, there is a shipment bound for the port of Ragnar. The contents are not listed, but there's a note attached to the shipments. You opening this folded piece of paper that's noted with the shipment. You
Would it copy
notice
that? Like, is it like a sticky note? Like, it's written
you
in
know
the
what?
ledgers or
Okay,
something.
okay. You know what? That's fair. I think I wrote that in that it was written in the ledger, so I'm going to change that a little bit just for it to make sense a little bit. Um, it is written in the contents
Okay.
of the shipment, but it's not. It doesn't list what the contents are. But instead, you notice ancient dwarvish runes
I can.
written.
Oh, ancient. I can.
You can read those.
Yeah, because I can read
That was one.
dwarvish.
That was one of the things that your father made sure he taught you
Yeah.
in your life was the dwarvish runes because
Yeah.
of his relationship with Kalimdun and the dwarves
Exactly.
who reside in there. And so, Tobit, you can translate this as you read it. It says, "The flight's young lay in nest of golden stone. The flight's young lay in nest of golden stone." Okay, I did read that right.
The flight's young lay in a nest of golden stone. So yeah, I'll kind of like put my finger in and say that aloud to everybody. I'll be like, the flight's young. Do you think that could refer to the egg?
Stands to reason.
But a nest of golden stone. Is that what you said?
Yep.
Okay. Does anybody have any
A
idea what that
gold
could be?
branch.
A gold branch. Like of a tree?
Branch as in a bank branch?
Oh. Hmm. A nest of gold and stone. Is it golden stone or gold and
Gold
stone?
and stone.
Okay.
Sounds like a bank to me.
Could could it also refer to some sort of treasure chest or um
Most chests are notorious for not being made out of stone but wood.
right, that doesn't mean every chest is made of or well,
Tobin,
in
can
that
you roll me a gather information check?
okay. Ooh, that's not great. Let's see what this other information. That's like a 10.
You look at the evidence on hand. So you have this riddle. The port directed to is Port Ragnar, the
Oh,
place that you're at currently.
yeah.
Like this check, I'm giving you the bare bones. I'm relaying every piece of evidence you have. I'm not going to give you any answers. I'm just going to reiterate the same points, just in a more concise manner.
Yeah.
So the contents, written in ancient Dwarvish, which is weird because not a lot of societies use Dwarvish,
Right.
let alone ancient Dwarvish. The shipment port is Port Ragnar,
Mm-hmm.
and you have this riddle. Gold and stone. You are like that does note you something.
Okay. Um. So my immediate thoughts are either this was a long time ago, so I can't remember. There are some impressive statues in Ragnar, are there not?
There are some. Yep.
What would those be made of?
Um, a lot of sculptures are crafted of sandstone and
Okay.
some quartz.
Okay. And so just for it being in Dwarvish and um written in Dwarvish and that we're in Veilbridge, with that golden stone, does anything about Callum Dune come to mind when I think of that?
Um, you made that jump. Yeah, I think Callum Dune does ring in your mind as you think of a nest of gold and stone.
But so yeah, so
And the ancient dwarvish connection
yeah.
does just kind of connect your thought processing to Callum Dune.
So this is me talking to you guys now, like in character here. So this here, it's written in ancient Dwarvish, which is not very common, obviously. But like not just Dwarvish, but ancient Dwarvish, which is often used in and about Callum Dune. That's the reason I can read it. My father did a lot of business dealings with them being a great forge. Uh, and when I think of gold and stone, the intricate designs of dwarvish architecture does come to mind. I can't connect the dots thinking why it may go to Callum Doom. I don't know what business they would have with the bank or with the Fabergé, but that's
Um,
just what comes to mind for me.
who would like to roll me a knowledge religion?
I'll give it a.
I can do that.
Okay, let's have Owen do it.
How's it looking,
How
Owen?
about Nate? How about Nate? You do it.
I just rolled it as well. I got a 21.
Hey, there you go. There you
We'll
go.
take
Hey,
that. Yeah.
I will take that over my
You guys
6.
begin to ponder upon Tobin's words. Um, Calduin, you connect the dots a little bit faster. You think about the history of the dwarves and of the magnitude of your situation and the parties involved. The patron god, the patron celestial of the dwarves is Chandra. That was one of her contributions to the creation of the world, was she created the dwarves. That's why she's revered as the Lady of the Forge.
Oh yeah, that totally forgot about that tidbit. That went right over my head.
Calduin, this was your thought. You can
Yeah.
bring it up with the party how you choose.
Along with your thought, Tobin, does Chandra ring a bell?
Well, yeah, that's the red dragon. These guys are working for her. I believe the bank is hers.
Also known as Lady of the Forge.
Oh, of course. I remember hearing that. So, with that in mind, maybe Callum Dune's one of the greatest forges left from times long past. So maybe she does have something to do with it.
Okay, so with all this information known to us now, would we want to go?
So, where
back?
is the site of the bridge?
That's up in Mira. That's just north of Mira.
Okay. So
And
that's
Callum Dune is out east, just north of Scorchtown.
yeah. So Mira's up there. Oh, okay. Oh, this might be an old map. So wait, so
The two clusters of mountain above
uh-huh,
Scorchtown, that is
Callum Dune.
Callum Dune.
Okay, and we're in Ragnar.
Yes.
So
The skid in your thought processing, I will say that the land transfer up to the bridge, it will take a few days.
yeah, but so would going to Callum Dune and then going to Mira as well. How long's the trip to Callum Dune from Ragnar?
That will take you 2 days.
2 days. And then from there to Mira? How long do you think that would take?
From there to Mira. Sorry, no, it'll take you a day and a half to get down to Scorchtown.
Okay.
And then it will take you an additional 2 days to get up to Mira from Scorchtown.
And do you know, you said a few days, do you know how long it would take for them to just go straight to Mira? Like
If you go straight to Mira, it's a cargo transport, so it'll take longer. It'll take probably 4 days.
so so there's a chance we could get to Callum Dune and then up to Mira to try and warn them. What do you guys think? Based on how long it would most likely take them to get the cargo up there. And that's not even to say that it would be used right away. But there is a chance that it would.
I think that
It
sounds.
is concerning, but it is probably one of our best options.
Yeah,
What are you saying is the best option? To go to Callum Dune and then to Mira?
I think so.
Right.
So, I'm sorry, I
Wait,
didn't get
so
a chance to read the manifest, but does it mention the type of crystal that is being used in this case?
I think
Is
does
it
it
is it sensitive to anything like jostling? I would be afraid if it's inside transport. Is it ignite or does it detonate by ignition or
Go ahead and roll me a knowledge arcana.
.34?
This particular explosive crystal is explosive via a large arcane focus. So something magical needs to spark these in order for them to become volatile.
So a mundane means of trying to set it off wouldn't do it. I'd need to hit it with some kind of
No.
magic spell.
It seems like a plant. Like these things are going to be delivered, but the the match strike has not been made aware. It doesn't seem. It seems like a very slow burn bomb to you. Like there's a plan in motion that will strike, but you don't think this would require a lot of planning and therefore a lot of time. So you don't
Would
think it's
any
as urgent as like as if a bomb a blinking bomb is being delivered and will explode when it enters.
would any magic condition satisfy it, or does it need to have a specific one?
Um no, it seems like a high volatile use of magic will set this ablaze, but it's not like a current a specific trigger.
Okay. So we need to be concerned about people that are slinging around recklessly, highly volatile spells inside of a kingdom that is notoriously anti-thalmic.
Well, that's good. That should hopefully leave us some time then, because if that's the case, then whatever they may try to do to blow up the bridge would take some time to set up. So we most likely have time to stop by Kalamdoon and make it. So where did you say Silas's offices were?
Silas's office is right here in Ragnar.
Okay. Well, just remind me where his other ones are. Like I'm not putting together. I just want to remember.
Lulara and Ramira.
Okay. That's why I was confused. I was like, wait, does he have one in Mira as well? But it was Ramira.
Ramira, yes.
Okay.
The names Mira is a kind of an elvish kind of a bastardization of the elvish dialect for mirror for window, and Ramira is more like reflections.
Right. Okay. So it's like just after midnight now. I say we get ready to head out in the morning. Um, we can try Silas's office here in Ragnar to see if he happens to be here. That could save us a lot of trouble. And then make our way to Kalamdoon. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, that sounds like a plan to me.
I don't see any reason why we should stop, really. I mean, you're familiar with Silas, so why don't we instead simply send a message spell? It'll go
It's
directly to him. We don't need to worry about any continental difference between us, or if he's even in the office, as long as he's in this physical world with us.
okay.
And we don't need to worry about anyone that possibly could be from his offices sabotaging if it goes that deep.
Right. Okay. So if
I
I am worried that if we just leave him a message, is it so? How does this message spell work? Do we like talk in his head, or like send a magical like letter, or like what is this?
You send a 25-word vision of yourself, transferring over or relaying the message that you want to tell him. He will perceive you as a shadowy well, a visible silhouette on his part if translucent. But nevertheless, you would be able to directly converse with him, and he in turn would be capable of giving you a response of 25 words as well.
Okay, so if he sees us, will he see what we're holding? Like, how translucent would we be able to show him the manifest? Show him.
You would be able to display anything that you were holding on your person. You would not be able to see the whole group, merely
Right.
the caster. So I could, for example, make a temporary wand as long
Okay.
as while you were holding it, and I cast the message spell on you, you would be able to converse over to Silas directly while you were holding the manifest.
Okay.
I do have some concerns, though.
What's that?
We are still here at the port. They've already know that we've got a griffin on board. You can probably bet they are keeping close tabs on us. If we were to cast a spell, it could cause more problems.
We
Like
could wait till
below
we're.
deck.
Yeah, we could do it either. Does the whole block like incoming or outcoming like can it? Would they be able to sense it through the hole if they had some sort of way to sense magic?
If they had an ability to sense magic, that would usually
There,
be magic itself.
That they are of the royal. They have to be able to stop
it's
magic and stuff. They've probably have some means of doing it.
we're actually not sure about that. Their inability to accept magic means that their countermeasures to magic might not be as thought through as they thought. They don't have casters on hand to cast anti-magic stuff or counter spells because they're so against magic that they will refuse to learn to counter it.
So you're saying it's probably
That's
not.
your I'm in your minds. That's your theories. You like they might have other countermeasures, but it seems unlikely in your minds.
Okay.
They would have to be in range, they would have to be looking at you, they would have to have already been preparing detect magic and staring in your general direction. They would have had to have made sure that you weren't more than several or through several feet of soil or like a thin piece of lead that could obstruct them. There's all sorts of fun ways to mess up any kind of
One
divination.
point I have also is that I was able to cast detect magic and dispel magic on their beautiful baby ship there, and I was fine. No
Yeah. All right.
magic stuff
Okay.
was directly on me. So
We should. I feel like there's a chance. It is past midnight. For all we know, Silas is sleeping. So perhaps prepare the wand while we get on the road, and then tomorrow morning, while we're out of this town, just to be safe, we can cast the spell there.
sound good.
Well, I mean, it would be just a spell storing infusion. It wouldn't take that much work.
Okay. I'd just worry, like, would it reach him if he were asleep?
That's better relegated to the role of the spell dream or nightmare.
Which is
Uh,
why I feel as though we should just wait till morning anyways, and just
yeah,
because we can't be sure, it might ease Calduin's mind if we just wait till we're out of town here. The only thing is, what do we do about our ship? They did say we could have up to like a week, right? But they wanted us out of here as quick as possible. I believe that, I'm pretty sure that's what they said.
I have an idea. It's a dumb idea.
Let's hear it.
Let's leave port.
That's what I was
Let's
thinking.
say that we're going back to Eris because we've heard that people are liquidating their valuables at incredibly low cost because they're in desperate need of red fabrics for some reason, and we are in a total buying position. So, to that end, let us be on our way. And there's a little spell that I would love to debut.
Yeah.
It's called Ethereal Mount, that creates several phantom steeds.
Okay.
And I happen to be at a level of proficiency that all of my phantasmal mounts would be capable of flying at incredibly high speed and capable of true flight.
Ah.
So we could simply move the boat out of range and then have it revert back into its base form. Well, first of all, everyone would need to mount up onto their steeds, of course.
Yep.
But then we could fetch the bottle ship and double back to any hidden length of the coast.
No, I like that. How
And it'll
far can they
last for
go?
hours.
Like they can fly for hours, or
They can fly for hours.
why not just bypass the city entirely then?
I have no issue with that. That's why I was saying find an empty length of the coast.
Yeah. Oh, so that they don't see our ship just disappear, and so that they don't
Well,
see us
so
flying in.
yes, so that they don't see the return of us sitting atop glistening, semi-transparent, blue-hued steeds.
I like that. Yeah, I was trying to think of a way that we could just get out of port, but then find a way back in. So I'm cool with that. And uh, is everybody okay with this? If anybody would be uncomfortable flying over the sea, I'm sure they could take um, refuge in the hole whilst we get out of here.
I'm fine with that.
It's
I
technically
proposed the idea,
correct.
so I will definitely have no problems being atop the steed.
Well, if you can cast multiple, I'm
Oh,
sure.
yes, yes, yes. I can bring into being about 7 of them right now.
So, does everybody want to ride one, or does some people would rather take refuge in the hole?
I'll just fly myself.
Atop Peter? Okay. Can Peter keep up with us? We will be able to travel at some impressive speed, I will say.
Yeah, I don't know if Peter's quite
I
that
mean,
adept yet.
we could put Peter in the hole, and then I could just wild shape and have it
Oh, that's true.
brought into my form.
Does he have an animal that can go as fast as your steeds? I don't know how fast your steeds are.
The Phantom Steed goes at 240 feet around at regular speed. So if you're to
We're riding the
say,
steeds.
run,
We're
if
riding
you
the
were to do
steed.
a
You're,
run, it would
I
be
think,
4 miles.
Jonathan, you could kind of glean that your best option would be to ride the steeds with them rather than to polymorph yourself.
Yeah, my best flying animal does 80 feet around. So
Yeah, so. All right. So is everybody gonna ride a steed then?
actually, how fast can dragons go?
I think a dragon's a little bit conspicuous.
I may have some problems with this plan.
Yeah,
I'm all
that's
ears.
why I assume like the flying over the ocean.
Yeah,
Yeah. So do you want to go in the hole?
it would be preferable.
That's perfectly fine by me. I won't be there to play Go Fish with you this time, but that's why I offer. That's why I thought the whole thing might be a good idea.
You see, Peter is visibly shaken at the mention of going back in the hole.
It's
I
all
go ahead.
yeah, you'll have Calduin there and me right next to you in a sense.
Guys, I just kind of want to get the show on the road.
What's up, Calduin?
I was just gonna say what you were going to say.
Oh yeah.
He nestles into Calduin as you feel as his feathers are ruffled. And do you guys plan on sleeping tonight or just leaving?
We're leaving. It's gonna be way easier to do it in the night.
I also take Snapple from the ship, just in case.
So shall we go? Do we have to talk to the attendants or do we just leave? Did they say anything about that?
Just leave. Fuck it.
All
Who
right.
cares? You're already fugitives. Just leave.
All right. Are we ready then?
Let's do this.
I'm good here.
Perfect. With that, we're gonna take our break of the evening. We'll be back as the candelabra leaves port, and our party is going to fly off into the night to their destination. See you soon.
Peace.
So, stealthily in the night, the Adena will drift the candelabra back out at sea. Swiftly in the night, as the port is otherwise distracted, you guys leave and turn down past a few lower hanging mountains as you feel you're just distant enough out of view to enact your plans.
So how exactly does when it's in ship form would we like because usually I feel like we're off the ship when we you know compress it. Or, we'll go with that word. Is there like how does it normally feel like when I do it? Like do I touch it? Do I say was there a command word? I can't really remember.
You generally, when you leave the bounds of the ship with the ship in the bottle in your pack,
No, I'm
after
talking
you exit the
about
ship, it just vanishes. You don't pass anything with it. It just
oh, it just
shifts into
goes
the
into the
bottle
bottle.
after
Oh,
you exit the ship.
okay. When we're all off the ship. Okay, unless we like want it to stay.
Yeah, which in that case you would leave the ship and the bottle up in the war room.
Right. Um so yeah, I guess I'll just put the bottle in my pack as we're getting ready and just like uh all right. Calduin and Peter, I guess you guys should probably make your way down into the hole.
Before I go into the hole, I grab the rest of my armor that I'd left and then just make my way in.
All right.
Uh,
I guess that's your cue,
Peter
Alistair.
begrudgingly crawls his way down as he actually looks down to the hole and kind of shivers, and as he extends his wings out and glides down into the first level of the hole, kind of shrinks into himself and curls into a tight corner and stares with anxious eyes, looking up as he watches as Khaldun's sitting next to him. You watch the hole being folded up. You have chest bearing Snapple within as you hear him
I'm
kind
gonna
of bumping against the sides of the chest as it kind of rattles in your arms.
I'm gonna toss back all of the sand scrap that I had won from Calduin. With Snapple and Peter, I feel like you're gonna need this more than I do.
Thanks.
All right then, Alistair.
I start the spell storing infusion and I cast, or rather, I create a temporary wand of ethereal mount. I'll need to go ahead and roll up a. Actually, no, I'll just take 20 on it. I'll whip up the enchantment for the temporary wand, and with a brass glow that slowly floods outward, I enchant one of my blanks. And Once that is complete, I begin to cast, trying to make sure that there's a good amount of space for the sudden arrival of 7 ethereal horses to appear on the deck. Basically, as long as I don't roll a 1 on this, everything will be fine with the activation of the wand. 5. Still good.
Woohoo!
As these large starry horses are manifested into existence, they bray and whinny as you see their hair shines back in a moonlight silver. As it looks to you, its eyes seems to glow with the starlight of the brightest stars, as each one looks to a rider and approaches and whinnies and bows low.
Oh, no. Up, up. All right, everyone. Feel free to select your mount and
Hold on, I'll be right back. Sorry.
of course, I should make sure to let each and every one of you know that these are actually semi-real. They are created from shadow stuff, so they do carry durability. If they are injured, they will eventually collapse. So treat your mount well.
Right. It's good to
That
know.
said, let's be on our way.
All right. Let us mount our mount. I'm pretty sure the spell said they just kind of listen to us, so we're not gonna have to do like a handle.
No, we shouldn't need an animal or handle animal check.
Sweet.
Each one of you connect with a mount as it looks into your eyes with these starry, glowing eyes, as they bow in respect and shake their manes of silver as you climb your way
I'm petting my goddamn horsey.
and your goddamn horsey. As you all mount and the whole containing Calduin and your animal companions. All of you mounted on your horses of starlight. They begin to bound down the decks, and as they jump into the air over the railings, you see their hooves bounce upon just almost glowing, twinkling starlight. Touches of magic as they flash beneath the galloping hooves. As you soar up into the sky, dancing among the cold clouds as they pass by you. The moonlight dancing overhead.
Okay. Hell yeah. With this like kind of crazy speed, what were you calculating our journey based on? Walking speed or like carriage speed?
It's generally walking speed. If you were to travel there without rest. So I would say because of just how dope this moment is, I would allow you guys to make the travel in 12 hours so you would reach Scorch Town by dawn.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, guys, like as we're on the horse, I assume we can all still kind of hear each other. Can we stop by Scorch Town? I would definitely like to talk to my dad about this impending meeting with the dwarves. He might be able to offer some advice. Anyways, I'll be right back. Sorry, I will be right back.
Give her pause for a minute. So Tobin,
Yeah.
just coming back from break here, Tobin just asking the group as you all are galloping along amongst the clouds, if you could stop in at Scorched Town.
Yeah, it's just south of Kalamdoon. It's hardly out of the way at all. It's just outside of Scorchtown, so
I have no objections with that.
yeah, I just because I was obviously a kid doing most of this. Didn't care much for religion, especially living in Valebridge. So I'm not exactly sure much about the dwarves' relationship with the red dragon. So I'm hoping my father may be able to offer some insight. And it would I actually just sent him a letter not thinking that we'd get a chance to stop by, so might as well just go see him.
It wouldn't hurt.
I'm fine with you visiting your family. I think I'm going to stay in the woods, though. I'll wait it out.
I don't know much about woods in Valebridge, but it's mostly
Nevertheless,
sand.
Yes, the entire continent is a desert.
Okay.
Go ahead. Do you have knowledge local, Mr. Alistair?
20.
In your distaste of Valebridge as far as trade is concerned, you have made your way to Scorchtown a few times. It's a quaint little trade town. It's nothing special. They're kind there, and there's some interesting trade. You find it a lot more interesting and colorful than the Port of Ragnar, and Mira's a little bit too imperial for your tastes. But you made your way to Scorched Town a few times. It's a quaint little town. Nothing special, but there's nothing that you hate about it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's do what needs to be done, and yeah, uh, family is important. You take this
Well, sure, I appreciate it, but I also really do think it is important to the mission,
one. That's
as
fine.
much as it is an excuse for me to see my father. But all right then. I suppose we'll just fly through the night then.
And off we gallop as the Adainoul bound their way across the skies, overlooking the desert plain of Veilbridge beneath you. As you watch over, from coming from behind you, the eastern sun begins to rise as your horses begin to decline in whatever that word
Altitude?
is. Thank you. Decline in altitude. As they begin to approach, you see the quaint trade town of Scorchtown laying beneath you, resting in a few cluster of rocks, of the Ragnar rocks, as they're named. The horses descend as their trotting hooves begin to dash into the scorching sand as they blow a wisp of sand back as they bound in the sands. As they stop and reel forward as they as you look just probably about 100 feet away from the bounds of Scorched Town.
There's only about 2 hours left of the duration of the spell, so if we need to recast it, then we need to recast it.
It seems like we're pretty much here. And like I said, we should be able to see the mountains from here, no?
Yeah, as you look up a little bit northward of where you're standing, you see the towering might of the twin uh, twin-breaded mountains that hold the fortress of Kalandoon within.
Yeah, I feel like we'll probably be okay from here. We made it to Scorch Town, and as you can see, it really isn't far. I believe the last time we were here, we did our best to remove any posters of ourselves or anything like that. But it's probably safe if we just keep our hoods up until we arrive to my father's forge.
I agree.
In the early morning shade of Kalamdoon, Alistair's eyes start to wander over to the leeward edge, and for one moment you see that he just kind of blanches and seems to double over with dry heaving.
Whoa, are you okay?
Oh, yeah. Just bad times, bad times.
What?
Uh, good.
Not a fan of dwarven architecture?
No, no, just I thought that I got over the worst of this, but nah, it's I'm just glad I haven't had breakfast yet.
What are you on about?
Too many memories.
Are you not gonna be okay to come to Kalamdoon with us? What's the problem?
Yeah, I can go. It's just I try to avoid it. But yeah, let I'll just keep on the task at hand.
Well, as much as I'm curious now, I suppose we're not really um, made of time here. So tell me later.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
assume you unfurl the pit and allow Calduin to ascend. As they open the hole, and Calduin, the humidity and the sun strikes your face as you breathe a free and familiar air.
Oh, I missed home.
It's certainly good to be back. Well, my father always does start. So you said, well, you said it took like 12 hours, so it's probably like noon, right?
Uh,
Or is it like morning?
it's probably about 10 o'clock, I would say.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. Well, Caldon, we were just discussing that even though we did our best to rid the town last time of any posters or anything like that, it's probably best if we just wear our hoods on these cloaks that Alistair made us until we arrive at my father's shop.
I figured as much. That's why I didn't take off the disguise.
All right, put my hood up and begin the trek into town.
Uh, you approach the town and walk down its streets. You see all around, you see the Tan's population at their various work. They look up and smile and wave in greeting as you pass. Tobin, you feel the warmth of welcome as you walk down the familiar streets. You walk towards the city square where you see your childhood home, the Raymond family forge.
Okay.
So you approach the doors and you see the swinging cursive R, the family crest of above the door. As you look upon it, you see written in common and below it the Valdenoid dialect of Ashurati as Raymond family forge.
Before we enter, guys, don't hate me. I know it's Tobin's future wife, but like, was it? I'm trying to remember her name. Is it Lyra or
Leila.
Was it just Leila? Okay, I thought it was a little bit more fantasy.
Leila.
Okay. I was just overthinking. I was like, I thought it was that, but I was like, maybe it's a little bit more fancy. So it's just,
And
it's
sorry,
just,
what did you say? I know it's Tobin's future wife.
yeah.
Hey, what about that
That's pretty sure that's
seashell that you
canon.
got from that girl?
She was a very pretty elvish lady, but this is like girl next door, like rom-com shit. Okay.
Yeah, all right.
So it's
Well,
just
you'll
Leela,
see.
or wait, Layla or Leela?
Leila.
Okay, it is just that. Okay, cool. All right. I'll enter in front and just kind of usher you guys in. What do we see?
You pass through the swinging doors as you hear a bell chime. You see a young, human, dirty blonde woman turns and looks at you from behind the counter. Tobin, you look upon your childhood friend, Leila. You see her long hair tied back in a messy bun, her a stained leather over a beige shirt bearing the Raymond family crest over the heart.
Yeah.
You hear the familiar pounding strikes upon an anvil out in the yard that reminds you of your childhood. Holy shit. Tobin Raymond.
Morning.
Why now? Morning, she swings back the counter and rushes towards you and hugs you.
I'll take a few like steps back just from the force of the hug and awkwardly wrap my arms around her.
He's here for the start of his shift.
Huh. No, seriously, Tobin, why are you here now?
Well, we had business at Callum Doom, and I wanted to speak to my father before going there.
Yeah. About that. He's out of the country. He said he had business in Arist. He left it in such a big hurry about a week ago. He said he would write to me when he arrives, but I haven't heard anything yet.
Wait, he left a week ago, so that he would have like gotten there after the attack, right?
Before.
Before? Really? I
It
thought that was
might
like
have
a week
been.
ago now.
It's only been about 3 days.
I thought so. The travel from Eris to um the Farhaven Isles and then to here is because it wasn't just to here 3 days from the Farhaven Isles. So then, what about Eris to there?
It's 7 days from Ragnar to Arist.
Right.
Well, then if it's 7 days from there to here, then yeah, he should be just arriving now.
Okay. So you're sure he left? So he left. So he'd just be arriving now or today?
May have been a week ago. It could have been a week and a bit ago. I don't know.
Okay, but still, did he
Why did
say?
something happen in Arist?
Yeah, there
Is he
was.
gonna be okay?
Everything seems to be over, but we were we were actually just coming from Arist, probably about a week ago. There was a malfunction with with their what do you call them, Alistair? They're robot looking things.
The Titan mechs.
They're Titan mechs. There was a big malfunction and they all went haywire. We were lucky to get out of there alive. Most people were okay, but there was certainly some loss of life.
Well, seems like we're both in the shitter, I guess. Like
Why?
I
What's
said,
going on here?
times have been kind of tough right now.
How so?
Yeah, after whatever shenanigans you guys pulled, there's been newer, tighter laws, more guards, higher taxes. Scorchtown's been hit pretty bad.
What are the taxes like?
Not great. The crown seized a lot of production down here for the glory of for Veilbridge. So a lot of families aren't doing too great. Food's been scarce too. The ports are all shut down or something, so trade's been rough.
So I hate to pry at a time like this, but numbers, please. Like what are the taxes like? Like
It's been an extra 3 silver a day.
Tobin's gonna take a little bit of a sigh of relief. That's obviously terrible compared to what it was. So trying to think here. How much gold did we got? Quite a bit from the Emperor. I spent some of it like kind of like towards like my armor, even though it ended up being a gift, but like we decided I used some of it for like, the sake of cost. What did he gave us? Does anybody remember how much he gave us? It's not written out. Maybe it's on my old sheet. I might have just not transferred it over because I swear I had it written down. Did he give us like 500 gold? 600, something like that. Like he
Way
gave us
more
quite
than
a.
that. It was
Really?
like platinum pieces.
Yeah, I have 500 platinum on me right now.
Okay.
So
Listen, I know Scorched Town is a proud town, but if the times are this tough, you can't expect me not to you can't expect me to just let it happen. Alistair, with your things, how many meals did you say you could make with your whatever you have some sort of thing that gave like rations or
My
whatever, right?
my field provisions box.
How much of that would you be able to spare? Like how much can it create?
I mean, it's just my tiny box, but it can feed up about 15 meals or 15 people's worth of meals in a day.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, you gave us like that much. How many people, what's the approximate population of Scorched Town? Sorry, I hate to put you on the spot. I'm just trying to figure it out.
It's sort of put you out in the spot, but figure it out. No, I'm kidding. 1,200.
1,200. Wow.
It's
a lot bigger
it's a
than I
big
thought.
craft trade town. Oh, dude, when I say there are cities, there
No,
are
I know.
cities. This is a town.
No, I know, yeah. That
There
makes
are
sense for a
like the
town.
places like New Warren, Aria,
Yeah, oh
Mira,
yeah.
even Blackwater. Those are huge cities.
Yeah. So 1,200, 3 silver a day. So that'd be like 3,600 silver per person, or like total. What is that? So what, 360 gold per person, which is like 36 platinum.
Yep.
And we have like okay. Guys, I may need your help when it comes to paying my bar tab for a while, and I'm going to hand her a bag with like full to the brim of platinum coins.
He takes it, unfurls the ties on it. Looks within it. You see her eyes widen. She drops the entire sack. You see platinum. Tobin Raymond, who the fuck are you?
I'm somebody who saved a king from a couple of robbers, and he was very grateful.
That king wasn't me.
Sorry, I guess yeah, this guy's a king, more of an emperor.
Okay. Percy, have you guys met Percy? No, you haven't. Come. Oh, oh, oh. Okay. Yeah, Beck, come meet Percy. She kind of fixes herself, adjusts herself, but you could tell she's like blushing really hard, but also white in the face, so shocked by like you dropping 3 duffel bags of millions of dollars at her feet, going like, charity, I gotta help out.
This isn't charity, this is civic duty.
Good point.
As we're going back there,
Approaching. Go
as
ahead.
we're going back there, I elbow Tobin and say, "Was half of that a bribe for her to date you?"
I'm gonna smack Orgolin in the back of the head.
The nutmeg might have actually been a better use. After all, you can at least eat that.
Well, I don't wanna. You worked hard to get that nutmeg. This is on me.
You go out back to the forge. You see a tall, scrawny, tanned kid wearing a leather apron over no shirt. Tobin, roll me a knowledge blacksmith.
All right. That's 26.
As you see this kid clang his hammer upon the metal that he's shaping, you notice that he's holding the metal at kind of an awkward angle to make it a little bit harder for him to form it.
I'm
So you kind of
I'm gonna take
as
off
you
my coat, put it up on the hook, and just kind of walk over there and just be like, "Do you mind?"
you actually like you kind of try to like do you mind? But he's like clanging as he
all right.
like
I'll
just doesn't pay attention. You hear Layla kind of go, Percy, Percy, Percy. She yells a few times, and after he doesn't reply,
I'm gonna
she
just
picks up
okay.
a welding mitt, just kind of hucks it at his head as he. Oh,
As he kind of like gets surprised, I'm gonna like catch the hammer to stop him from wrecking this piece of metal out, especially after hearing how much like trouble they're in. I like not like the top of the hammer that's hot, but grab the hammer.
who the fuck?
Tobin Raymond, pleasure to meet you.
Oh shit! You're Georgie's son.
Yeah. Listen, kid, your technique isn't bad, but I'm gonna put on that welding glove that she threw and hit it more at an angle like this. You're going to cause the metal to splinter.
He kind of raises.
And instead of stopping like that and using the whole force of your arm, when you hit it, use the bounce to generate momentum. It'll save you so much energy. It takes some practice, but even just you see, I'm gonna grab another hammer. You see, like as I hit it, as it bounces back, carry that through and then hit it again.
Wow, Georgie was right. Holy shit! My name's Percy. Great to meet you.
Yeah, a pleasure. So, are you a new apprentice or?
You see, Percy puts his goggles onto his forehead. You see sun staining his cheeks. He smiles at you with like a real toothy grin. He's with buck teeth. You see the left tooth has a massive chip in it. Yeah, man, I've been yeah, I'm 16. I've been working and studying under Georgie for the last 6 months or so.
Okay, good. Like I said, your technique isn't bad. I'm just trying to save you some trouble in the end. It'll definitely get there. Considering this is 6 months, you're not doing bad at all.
Oh, I've been working for a while now. I kind of looks down. Um, my my mom passed when I was little. My pa's sick, so he can't work. So I've been working since I'm 13, in and out of forges. Your dad said he could take me on and keep me out of trouble from the guards and shit.
Good. Where are you from? We don't have that many forges here in Scorchtown.
No, you don't remember me? We were in school together. I'm a few years younger than you, and I'm just down
Tobin's only
on
like 17. If that, if he had a birthday.
he's 18. He said he was
Okay.
18 as far as I could tell.
I
So
thought my
he's 2
character
years
sheet
younger
said
than me.
16, but
Really? I thought you were 18.
it says 16 on my sheet, but
If it's 16, then he's 14 then. My apologies. I thought you were
okay.
18. He's 2 years younger than you.
I'd be okay. Well, I don't know when his birthday is, but we've had. I wouldn't be
I do.
surprised if.
I
Oh,
have it
okay.
written down somewhere.
Oh, do you? Well.
I have everyone's birthday written down. It was one of my requests at the beginning of the campaign.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Um, oh. Maybe you didn't give me a. No, you didn't give me a birth date.
That's weird.
So I don't have it written down on my what you need to know document.
Hmm.
Anyways,
Yeah.
what are
But
you? How old are you then?
we'll go with 17.
You go with 17, so he's 15 then.
Yeah. That
2
sounds like
years
a
younger
good.
than you.
Yeah.
I'm out on West Street.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. Percy. Can I think of his last name?
Fulcrum.
Fulcrum. Right?
Yeah, my daddy was a miner. Until
Yeah.
no.
No, I remember when we were younger, he'd bring some extra stuff on the side to my dad to help out. You know, people working men always help each other out.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. He took pity on me. I like the work. It keeps me occupied and not be so angry all the time.
Yeah, well, there are far worse places to take it out than swinging a hammer. So I'd say you're doing. You got a good thing
Stupid
going.
Crown kind of ruffles his nose. Stupid crown. You see, Lila perk up and you go, Percy, shush. Why?
Just got.
Why shouldn't I be angry? My dad has this stupid medicine shipped in from Ramira, and now these stupid laws. It's been getting worse. So why the fuck shouldn't I be angry, Al?
With all the new laws and whatnot, you can't get the medicine anymore.
No.
What is it? What's the medicine?
I don't know, he won't tell me.
He won't tell you.
He's too proud.
Yeah, that's.
Stupid crown.
Don't I know it, buddy? They've as much as she wants you to keep your voice down, and in the long run, it'll probably save you. Trust me, we all have our gripes with the crown.
Tobin, don't put thoughts in his head. Percy, you know what happened to the Baskervilles. Shut your mouth.
With the with Tobin mentioning each one having a problem with the crown, I'm just in the back corner, my fists clenched in silent rage.
But she has a point. There are better ways to. There are healthy ways to let out your anger, and ways that will get you either locked in a cell or 6 feet under.
Tobin, you hear Leila say, you know what happened to the Baskervilles. As you remember the Baskervilles. They're an older couple that lived about a block away. Mr. Baskerville was a retired miner who loved to cook. Mrs. Baskerville was a sweet older lady who gave water and treats to the kids playing out on the street, and she made her coin by selling tapestries to travelers.
After I finish saying that, I'm gonna turn. Wait, the like Mr. and Mrs. Baskerville, the one who used to make the casseroles and gave us sweets.
Yeah.
What?
Well,
What happened to them?
they couldn't make any coin because there was no one left to buy her craft, and so they couldn't keep up on the taxes. The folk of the town helped them out, of course. You know, they're staples. They're one of the older ones, but they were a little too vocal of their distaste of the queen. One night, they burnt their house to the ground, with the Baskervilles locked inside. She looks down to the floor with a pained look across her face. That, how to scorch her is to watch your tongue. You
What?
see, Percy with a scorn look on her face, or to fuel our hate.
Look,
She looks over in rage. Percy!
Percy, it's not pleasant, but for now, you need to do your best to. If smithing works as an outlet, that's great, but you can't let this hate fester inside of you. The I've seen what festering hate can do to people, and you yourself have seen what the crown can do to people. It helps nobody if you get yourself hurt. You really do seem like a good kid, and one day I feel like we can expect great things from you. I know I'm only a few years, might not sound like much coming from me, but for our town's sake, for your father's sake, hell, even for Layla's sake, be good, please.
I'm gonna take a break. Good to meet you, Tobin.
Pleasure.
He tosses his apron off onto the work table. He grabs a towel and disappears into the shop.
I'm sorry I'm not around much anymore, but please keep an eye on him. He really does seem like a good kid.
Keep an eye on both of them.
Is she like referring to my dad there? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Stubborn old men and young, boisterous kids. Both are quite a handful.
Well, not unlike yourself.
Oh, I didn't say he wasn't.
While all this is going on, I'm going to look around the shop to see if there's a bucket. Just something that's a clean vessel.
Can you actually give me a pause for a quick second?
Yeah.
So Alistair, you're looking around for a clean bucket. You see a small, rusted pail with a few metal scraps in it, laying beneath the workbench.
I scoop up the bucket and I look around to see where all of the metals go inside of this workshop. Don't want to be a complete jerk about spreading this out across the floor or something.
I'm sure there's a scrap pile somewhere.
After that, I'll go ahead and see what I can do about rinsing out the entirety of the bucket to make sure that it can hold, or that it's reasonably clean on the inside. And then putting faith inside the fact that we're still indoors and hopefully are not visible to the outside, I'm going to lay out the hole so that way I can climb back in.
Don't just watch where you're stepping. You don't want to step on that.
Step in the what?
Oh, I was just letting Leila know not to
Oh.
step on the hole.
Yeah, fair. Uh,
What exactly are you doing?
This is so confusing. Did you just go in the floor?
It's something of a pocket dimension.
Pocket to who?
Yeah, you remember
Oh.
probably learning about all the realms and stuff. They're all separated by like space and whatnot. It's kind of like that, but on a much smaller scale.
Let's just say if the guards got wind of this, they'd be crashing through your door.
That is not helping Keldwin.
I'm gonna go lock the front door. You do what you need to do.
Yeah.
about a
You
minute
come
later,
talk to me before you guys leave again. She kind of disappears into the workshop, presumably to lock the doors and find a moment to herself to calm whatever she's feeling in this moment.
about a minute later, I come up with a bucket full of nutmeg, about a cubic foot or so. Tobin,
Yeah.
I understand and appreciate your loyalty to these people, the importance that you've placed with the priorities of making sure their well being is established. You don't think that there's going to be suddenly an issue trying to get money changers for Darian coins? Platinum Darian coins in the middle of a populace of about 1,200 people?
I feel like that's a good point. I just I didn't know what else to do.
You talk to the merchant. What else are you going to do?
That's some of the nutmeg you got from the genie, right?
This is merchant magic. Give this out. This bucket has about a cubic foot worth of nutmeg inside of it. It has a market rate of a little bit more than 12,000 gold.
Oh,
Why do you think I've been telling you guys to try selling this stuff? It's 30 gold an ounce. It is worth its weight in gold and that much more.
right. Okay.
If you were to divide this evenly across the entire populace of your village here, they would be able to cover the better part of almost a season unto themselves with this bucket.
Okay.
1/3 of an ounce should be enough for each individual person for that time.
Right.
You give this to your beloved, and you become a hero.
My what?
Oh, I'm sorry. The eyes, not exactly subtle.
Thank you, Alistair.
I chuckle at
I'll
the
go.
Tobin's blushing rosily in his cheeks so hard his entire face is now like crimson.
I'm gonna
Tobin,
go to
you're
head.
looking like me again.
Or Golan trying his hardest not to burst out laughing.
As Tobin goes to hastily exit to the front of the to the workshop area, he's just gonna sit there and take a few deep breaths for a second without like turn his head before once he feels like the heat rush away from his face, he'll make his way into the shop.
God, I hope I was that much of a prat 15 years ago.
You were.
Okay, so is Leila around then?
Yeah, you walk in and see Leila kind of slumped on a stool, kind of rubbing her temples.
I'll kind of, as I'm walking in through the doorway, give her like a couple taps on the door frame, just like let her know that I'm coming in. Hey.
Is it warm outside or something, Tobin?
You know, I haven't been in the forge for a while. It's just the heat.
Mm-hmm.
I realize that as much as it's a kind gesture, this platinum not only being Darian, but being such high currency may raise some suspicion in the eyes of the crown. So my merchant friend has offered me another option. This is nutmeg, very very valuable spice. Um, there's enough here to get everyone in this town at least through the season in terms of monetary value. So can I trust you to distribute, especially to those who need it, and make sure that everybody gets a fair share? About 1/3 of an ounce would be more than enough for everybody.
You've really thought this through, eh?
As much as I would love to be here with my dad and you and everybody, I have important work that I have to do, and you can tell.
Tobin,
And you can tell he's like
miss
taking on a
you.
very serious face now. I
Miss you, Tobin. Your dad misses you. We all miss you. We need you here, Tobin. You always had a way to make us feel stronger. And in these times of need, Tobin, I need you, Tobin.
I wish more than anything that I could be that person in your time of need, but the scale of things that are happening right now are almost incomprehensible. And as much as I am just this small town blacksmith, the world, hell, the realms need me and my friends right now. And I only hope, even if you can't now, that one day you can understand that, and that you can at least accept this as a sense of my civic duty, because Scorchtown will always be my home.
Cracks a cocky and childish smile. She looks into your eyes, and you can see that she is holding back tears. Tobin Raymond, if the world is depending on you to keep it together, then I know you're not taking care of yourself. Take me with you. Show me the world.
I I don't know what to say to that.
You don't gotta say anything. I already have a suitcase.
It's it's such a dangerous journey that we're on. As much as I'd love to have you there, I couldn't put you in that kind of danger.
Yeah, but if you're flinging yourself at who knows what, someone's gotta have your back. Right, Tobin? Have your back.
But you always have a way of convincing me to do stupid stuff, Layla, but
Tobin, you're the stupid one.
listen,
Not again.
as we're we're on a death's march, Layla. There's no guarantee that any of us are making it out of this alive. I does Layla what's Layla's backstory? Like, does she have a family that she'd be leaving behind?
Um, her mom and dad passed away of mysterious circumstances. You don't know what happened to them. All that she knows, and then all that you know, is that they died early on in her childhood. Her grandparents took her in. Her grandfather died not too many years later, so she's been living with her grandmother. But as she's becoming more senile, she's becoming all through your childhood a little bit closer with your family. As honestly, most nights that you've spent in with your dinners, she's been there.
So is there a way I can gauge her, like, just general ability, like an in character way of like kind of seeing what her level is, if you like, you know what I mean?
Um,
You can
Rules lawyers. Liam, Chris, what do you guys think? What kind of rule statistically could I give him?
In order
Um,
to determine the hit die of a creature, I believe according to Trap the Soul, you need about a month's research.
okay. Well,
Okay, beyond that, because we're just looking for a role.
I'm thinking maybe like some kind of sense motive about like how prepared she really is.
what about a
I
sort of
like
like
that. Give me a sense
appraisal,
motive.
a sense okay.
No, give. She's not an object. Women aren't objects. Yeah, give me sense motive.
17.
There's a fire in her eyes as this young woman seems capable. You don't know what she's capable of, but there's a confidence and a fire in her eyes that makes it hard to resist.
Wes, roll me persuasion. No.
All right. On a natural 16, I would say I have a
That's pretty good.
+8.
That's pretty
So
good.
that's a 24 on persuasion.
Give her yeah, we'll say yeah, instead of like a advantage, just like a +8 because of Tobin. You know what I mean? But okay, listen.
I get a +4 love bonus.
Yeah, right. Listen, we have already had two of our dear comrades, three even, that even if that have been taken or captured or twisted by these potential people that if you were to come you may be face to face with, and I don't know if I could live with the burden if anything were to happen to you.
Might I remind you of the time that you tripped into that den of desert snakes and you were crying and I had to lower a rope to you. You wouldn't take it, so I had to tie it to a rock and then climb down just to save you. Oh, but I don't give a fuck.
What if what about the shop? My I know my father may be back soon, hopefully, but what about until then?
Percy knows everything. Roll me another sense motive.
Okay. Oh, that one's less good. That's a 6.
No, I ain't having that. Alter fortune, go.
He's in the other room, but that's a 13. I don't have any bonus. It's a wisdom thing.
To me, I'm just
Tobin,
sorry.
one.
I was just saying it's like when Tobin leaves the room to go talk to Layla, I'm just like by the door frame listening from the other side.
Honestly, I'm just imagining that all four of you are piled up near the doorframe watching this entire and so like you see like Tobin fumble over his words as Yonatan kind of chants under his breath and alters the fortune to help him find the words that he needs. Or just to help him focus his mind as he's flustered. Um, Tobin, you look upon Layla, and You could tell she's had this suitcase packed for a while, hoping you'd come home.
Do you think Percy would be? You could tell that like he's starting to be swayed a little bit, but still like thinking. Do you think he would be okay? He seems so angry at the crown, and I'd hate for us to come back and find out that he got himself or somebody else hurt.
He's fine. He'll be fine. Your dad really likes him. I think he sees a lot of you in him.
In a
But he also doesn't see your granddad in you as much as he does in Percy. You know, your dad kind of opened up a lot to me. He hasn't been doing great. He's been distant since he left.
I
Kind of.
wish he was here. I had so much I wanted to say
He
to him.
wishes he was here. He seemed worried about his business up north. And
I can't imagine what he'd possibly be doing up in Eris.
I have no idea. I was worried about him. I took a look at the books. He has no shipments coming in, no projects, no nothing. Everything goes through me. I do all the clerical business.
You're supposed to be convincing me that you should come, not giving me reasons you should stay.
Toby, I left. Toby, you left. That means I get to leave. Show me the fucking world, Tobin.
So for the sake of roleplay here, can we say these guys listening around the corner maybe kick a bucket or something? I just hear like a noise. Guys, will you come out here?
You look behind you and see 4 noses stuffed up around like the window frame looking out
Nobody
towards
here
into
but
the
us
forge.
stupids.
I'm gonna go in.
I walk over. Miss Layla, if I may say something.
Yes, Leila.
As much as you would love to go, I know what it's like to wanting to get out of somewheres. But if you go, who would Tobin have to return to? Yes, I know his father, but there's something more. He needs someone to return.
Layla, answer me this honestly. If we leave and don't take you, would you stay put?
No.
Guys, as much as I too think it's dangerous, I think it's almost more dangerous for her to leave on her own, and I know her well enough to know that that bag has been packed for a long time, and this is just her excuse to finally do it. Even if we go, she will leave too. So with that in mind, I ask you guys, what do we do? You guys are my brothers in arms and my comrades. I need help.
If you think that her coming is better, then I shall follow your lead.
I know it's better than her going out on her own. You, more than anyone, know how dangerous these sandy wastes can be, Calduin.
That I do.
But I can't in good conscience bring her unless all of you are okay with her coming.
I'm more than okay with that.
I
Right.
don't care. I don't know if you care about my opinion, but I don't care about their opinion. I'm coming.
My primary fear is that should anything happen, the weight that you will feel on your shoulders will crush you.
I mentioned that. I spoke to her about it, and agree, but I also know that if she were to go on her own and there was something I could have done to stop her from getting hurt or worse, it would be 10 times worse.
I look Layla dead in the eye. We will be experiencing things so much beyond even our knowledge, so much beyond what you could comprehend with the whole of Alistair's.
That's what I said.
I don't listen to you, Toby. I'm older.
3 months.
I mean,
Mr. Calduin. You say these things beyond my comprehension and think that I will allow my best friend to walk into those horrors without me beside him. I don't care what horrors we walk into. I am so tired of this dust filled, good for nothing town that has caused me nothing but pain and heat. You think I will allow my best friend to walk into worlds that I've only ever read about and think that I don't look upon that in envy? I'm smart. I'm cunning. I can learn. Please, guys, take me with you.
You. How about a deal? A match. 1-on-1. Prove you can handle yourself.
Okay. Owen, your dad made me these on my birthday last year when things start to get a little fishy. She opens up a small bag underneath the counter and reveals 2 punching daggers.
So are those like those ones that like just like have the little blade that sticks out of your knuckles?
Yeah, these ones are kind of like a crescent moon
Oh, okay.
blade.
Yeah.
That kind of like almost like the native ulu.
Yeah. Those are quite nice work. I hope for your sake you can use them. So, Calduin, are you suggesting you fight her?
Well, Tobin, you want her to come. You want her to protect. She must see what you can do as well.
Okay. Just give me a minute. I'm going to go up to my room. I'm gonna take off my like heavy armor and put on one of my spare like old leather armors that I used to have. Just like so let's see here. So I believe it would be like studded leather armor, which is like a medium armor. So that would put me. What's the it's been a while. Does anybody know off the top of their head what studded leather armor is?
+3 armor bonus.
+3. So that'd put me, and I can get full dex, right?
Maximum dex bonus is +5.
Okay, so 3. So that'd be 10 plus 3 is 13, 16. So that'd put me at 17. Yeah, that's fine. I'll come back down and do I have any sort of open area outside of like maybe the forge area maybe?
You guys lead out into the open forge area. You see Golan lifts the large anvil and table out from the center of the courtyard, giving you a larger area to combat in.
Okay, I'm going to draw my great sword. It's not the not my like Tyrael sword, but the one that I crafted.
The other great sword.
So I'll draw that and take like a ready stance.
I look at both.
He
Neither of you
lowers
hold back.
herself.
I'm going to step outside to make sure that there isn't any particular draw of attention for the sound of clashing blade.
All right.
I also want to keep a close eye on them to make sure neither of them are holding back.
So yeah, even though it's a great sword, Tom's gonna do that thing where like you like spin it in your hand, like which is a lot harder with the bigger the sword. But Tobin's gotten quite some wrist strength from time that. I think you might be muted if you're talking with, or are you trying to come up with some stats
Sorry,
here?
I'm doing that. I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So she readies herself. You ready yourself, Tobin. Could you roll me initiative?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna keep it to this die. Initiative. That's going to be 13.
You go first.
All right. Are you ready? Like you said, we're not holding back.
I'm gonna kick your ass, Tobin.
All right. I'll run towards her and make some attacks with my sword. Obviously, we're not holding back, but obviously, I'm using non-lethal damage. I'll like do my best, like obviously get in and slash her, but like like if it like comes to like a hit on like the in a place where obviously like I'd do some real damage, I'd be hitting them with like the flat of my blade, right? You know what I mean?
Don't
That'll
forget
be a
to take a
negative
-4.
-4.
That's
that.
fine. So just to whatever attack, just take a -4 to the roll.
Just the attack roll, not the damage roll. Yeah.
Okay. First attack is going to be 29 to hit. Or sorry, 31 to hit. Second one is going to be 24 to hit. And third one is going to be 18 to hit.
Yeah, all of those will hit.
So as I go into her, she's got some sort of fighting stance with her thing. First, with the flat of my blade, I'll knock one of her arms down, and then hit her like on on the shoulder with my first sword, and then come back, swing it around, hit her in the side, and then with the third one, hit at her leg, all with like the flat of my blade.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah. I hope I don't knock her out. Oh, it is like obviously it's not lethal damage, but those are also just really good rolls.
Well, she has
geez.
a 12 AC.
Yeah. Okay, so this would just be 2d6 here. 10, 17. Oop. 23 damage.
Three damage. She screams help. She kind of falls to her knees. She kind of huffs and puffs and God, we were easy.
What'd she say?
You're gonna have to repeat all that. It was robotic.
I weren't easy. We weren't as easy.
I'm sorry, I still didn't really catch most of that.
Am I still?
Yeah, you keep cutting in and out.
Meet Morb Zeep.
There we go.
I hear, yeah.
Deep warp seep.
Meet more Z.
Zap zoop zoop.
Are we back?
Yeah.
Right. She says as she kind of huffs and puffs, I thought we weren't gonna take it easy, Tobin.
Well, show me what you've got then.
She is going to make a lunge strike against you. Oh wow. All right, Leila. So the first attack is going to be a 21.
That'll hit.
And the second attack is going to be a on the die. Yeah, I'm just gonna do some quick mental math. On the die is a raw 19, -4 for the offhand penalty,
Mm,
plus 5
15,
for her
20.
Attack bonuses.
Dirty 20.
That's also a
Will
-4.
that hit?
That's also a -4 for non-lethal as well.
Oh, she's not doing non-lethal.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she's not doing non-lethal. She's pissed.
Okay.
So yeah, those will hit.
Awesome. We Alistair and Calduin, can you go ahead and roll me a Arcana check for me?
I'm outside making sure that nobody interrupts.
Oh, okay, perfect. So, Calduin, roll me a Arcana check.
Is a I did not roll well on this. Yeah, it's only an 8.
Roll it at advantage because I feel nice.
I rolled 2 and it gave me a 2 and a 3. I rolled it one more time. That was a nat 20, but I don't know if I should use it.
That's fine. It's really like it's not a big deal. It's just recognizing magic that is happening. So that's why I'm like, that's low. I don't really care. Natural 20. You watch as she strikes with her crescent moon punch daggers as she jabs into Tobin's weak points in his armor. As you are going to take 16 slashing and 6 radiant as you watch a glowing moonlight arcane glow kind of gleam off of one of her attacks as she strikes into Tobin's shoulders as he's blown back from the force.
I give Tobin a look of, you okay to continue?
Yeah. So what? So she hits one in the shoulder. What was the other one?
One in the shoulder, one's kind of more on the hip. It's 16 slashing and 6 radiant.
Oh,
so,
right. Yeah. Sorry. Let me write that down.
24 damage in total.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yes. I'm fine to continue. So yeah, with my turn, I'll close the. I'll roll 3 more attacks here. First one is going to be 32, something like that. I know it hits. Second one is actually a crit fail. So first of all, so with this first attack, I'm going to swing at her leg with the blunt end of my sword. I'll be like, why? As I hit her leg, I'm gonna kind of like try and push it like out a little bit, and just be like, widen your stance so you don't fall. You have to keep a strong base. And then as I go to take another attack, as she dodges it much faster than I expect, I lose grip of my wrist, and or do I have to roll to see if I drop?
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
What is that? An
roll
attack
another.
against myself, or how does that work?
Yeah.
Can't remember.
Attack
It's an
against
attack
yourself.
against yourself, and then if you hit, you don't roll on the crit fail table, but if you miss, you roll on the crit fail.
I did hit myself.
Great.
I actually crit myself.
Then you're fine.
Okay.
By
so
your second attack waivers.
yeah, so as I go
And
to
your
slash at
last
her.
attack's going to be made at disadvantage.
Okay. Ooh, and then the second one will be a 7 to hit. Or the third one, sorry.
You swing kind of low, which is, as you say, widen your stance as you swing. An upper attack against her shoulder as she ducks down a little faster than you anticipate, and as you kind of rear in, she takes her 2 crescent blades as you.
Nice. Also, as she after she hit me with those attacks, realizing that she actually has a little something, Tobin's eyes are gonna kind of like focus in as I put her as my target for my combat reflexes, giving me just a +1 dodge bonus against her.
While I'm watching Layla fight, can I tell how like skillful she is at actual combat? Like, does she seem like even though her attacks are connected, does it seem a little amateurish or?
Roll me a sense motive.
Okay. That's an 18 plus a 15, so that is 33.
She is very amateurish in her movements. The reaction of the radiant damage seems to be some untapped power within her.
Okay.
As she is going to focus
Oh, I gotta roll
her
some
eyes.
damage for that first one.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
10. Oh wait, I haven't been doing my.
She.
Sorry, that would actually be 15.
Can you recall your damage on your first attack? It's like 30.
That was the first. Oh, on the first turn. I'm not sure. I did them all separately, so I can't remember what the total was.
I think it was either like 24 or 34 or something.
I don't know.
Call it 30 flat, and then plus 15 is 45. She is kind of wavering in her
Okay.
stance as she seems like damage. But as she focuses in, you see her eyes glint in kind of a similar magic as the radiant damage, this magic of starlight. As she unknowingly casts True Strike on you. So that will be a plus 20 to this attack, to her first attack. And it's a good thing I did that. So that is the first attack is a 29.
Wings of cover.
And the second attack would be a 15 plus 7 is 22.
So I think the second one will hit, but I believe my wings of cover should block the first one. I believe that's how it works. I think it's just. Let me just read through it again.
So go ahead and describe how your
Yeah.
wings of cover cast as she strikes one strike kind of into your right arm, and the follow-up strike will be into your gut.
Okay.
That's
Hold
the
on.
one
So let
that
me
will
just.
connect.
Yeah. Cast a spell immediately, creating a hemispherical barrier. Force the wings of force lash just so long to disrupt your foe's line of effect on you, providing you total cover against a single attack with a weapon, spell, or person. Your foe's first attack in this round cannot be made and is wasted against you, though he could decide to take another action, including another. Yeah, so it blocks the first attack. So as she comes to strike at me, seeing this, going for like essentially like a kill shot here with this true strike, seeing this glint in her eyes, these dragon wings are going to unfurl and then wrap around me, blocking as she goes to strike at my shoulder. As it bounces off very quick, surprisingly quickly, the fire in her eyes not dying down. She takes her other hand, and before I even have a chance to realize, strikes at my side.
And that will deal you 8 points of slashing and 3 points of radiant. As
Okay.
she jabs into you as both of you kind of huff and puff in this courtyard.
I've seen enough.
um as I like go to swing, when he says he's seen enough, I'll stop my attack and put my sword away.
I go over to Layla. You're sloppy.
Well, you're covered in bandages.
A choice. You may be sloppy,
Hmm.
but I see potential. You have a fire that hasn't died out.
It could definitely be something if it's continued to be stoked.
If you're dead set on leaving, and Tobin knows that you're gonna leave regardless, if you come with us, I will train you. Put it to use.
Good. Give me 5 minutes to grab my bag.
As she goes to leave her bag, I'm gonna follow her. Leila,
Toby.
come here.
What?
If you're gonna come with us, I'm sure down the line we'll be able to get you better equipment. But for now, I'm going to have to insist that you take this. As Tobin's gonna take the snake ring off of his finger, and hold it out to Leila.
Oh, a
Wear
proposal already.
it,
I
wear
was
it on your.
about to joke about that. She kind of gives you a funny look on her face and goes, Tobin,
Leila, it's a
I'm
ring of.
flattered.
It's a ring of protection. It will keep you agile so that you are better able to dodge attack. As much as you are quick and you were able to get some hits on me,
Sure.
if I wasn't aiming with the flat of my blade, you would have taken some very serious damage.
Okay. Over. She kind of loosely fits it over her middle finger, and she kind of wiggles around for a minute. But you watch as the snake's eyes kind of glow and tighten as it fits to her ring size.
Go get your bag. We have business at Callum Dune.
Don't leave without me. But also, I'm very tired.
Yeah. Do it. Actually, take a little break if you need to. I realize we actually have something we have to do before we leave. Catch your breath.
I nap for an hour?
Yeah. We have somebody we need to contact that will take a bit.
Okay. She rushes up the stairs with a newfound energy and excitement.
Walk back to the room. Calduin, do you have any extra bandages?
Becca should still have some in her satchel. As I
Do
try
you
to
just
fish
keep?
them out.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to bandage up my side and my shoulder.
You
She's
look upon the wounds. Can you roll me a knowledge arcana, Tobin?
sure. Um, that's going to be a 14.
You look
Yeah.
upon the wounds and see that the veins connecting this wound seem to glow with almost like a golden light.
As I look at the wound, I'll be like, "You saw it too, then, Calduin?"
And I did. It was one of the deciding factors.
She definitely needs some work, but she's capable.
A bit rusty on the magic side, but I'll teach her what she needs.
Alistair, how long would it take you to prepare that spell so we can contact Silas?
I'm assuming that you've called him back into the inside of the forge by now.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Sorry,
You were summoned back in after the fight concluded.
All right. Give me a minute and I can get the spell ready. Give me another minute afterwards, and we can have it cast on you to proceed with contacting him.
Perfect. And you said 25 words?
You will be able to say 25 words, and he will be able to respond with 25 words.
Okay, let me see. Silas, this is Tobin. The shipment from Ragnar is
Sabotage?
is explosives, not building materials. It is sabotage. Trust me. That's 23 words. Does that sound okay to you guys? Like Tobin was just kind of saying that. Do you think that's everything we need to get across?
That gets everything we need to get across in 25 words or less. So I'm
sure
all
you're
for it.
holding the ledger as well.
And maybe use the last two words to say confirm acknowledgement.
Please respond.
Sure.
Okay. Please. Okay, Wes? You now know like the heart of the message. I don't want to have to count those out again, if you don't mind. You know like what I'm getting across, right? Is that okay?
I would just do it again, just for fun.
Okay, I'll try. I'll see what I can do.
'Cause I have to do my own message in 25 letters.
That's true. That's true. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Or words or less, so apologies. Alistair, what's that UMD?
That is a 33. Yes. So I can at least make it, and then afterwards it's just a matter of activating the wand.
Perfect.
10-minute casting.
Perfect.
Okay, that's fine. So like it takes
You
10
have
minutes to
time?
like prepare and cast.
Basically, while I'm waving the wand around and pointing it at you, it's going to take about 10 minutes of chanting, going wololo, wololo.
Okay.
You cast the message spell upon Tobin as he holds the manifest.
Yeah.
The spell is
Someone give us a letter count on
A
the
word
screen, so
count?
then Tobin doesn't have to count it out. Yeah, word count.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you. All right, I think Jonathan's got it.
Yeah. All right, so should I do it now? Like, is the considering the spell
Yep.
cast or? All right.
The spell is cast. Now it's time to message.
This is Tobin. Shipment from Ragnar. Explosives, not building materials. Sabotage. Don't use them. So is that 14 or is that 19?
It's 14.
How many words did I really compressed that. Please.
You're on 14 and it's
Any
20.
Is there anything else we wanted to say? So we said that it's sabotage, that it's from the shipment from Ragnar.
Which shipment?
Which
Because he
from
probably has a shipping company
right
that involves a lot of shipping.
from what was the name of the vessel?
Gilded Spark.
From Gilded Spark. Please acknowledge. Respond.
19
Or-
right there.
Oh, okay. Is that enough? I feel like that's enough.
That'll be fine.
You got about 20.
I mean, like, I feel like we got our point across.
You feel as you
This
send
is
out this message spell, arcane light begins to glow before you as you see an image of the Valdenoid CEO. You see his white hair pulled back into a bun as he wears regal
Last words.
attire.
Check ledger as I hold it up. There you go.
Check ledger. Fair enough. That's okay. You Pieros. Could you give me a count, Mr.
Yeah.
Uniten? Ah, dear Adenahu, thank you for the warning, but I'm afraid I don't care. The fickle mortals will fight, and I shall just make money either way.
That's 27.
I shall just make money is what we got. That bastard. So, looks like we may be going to Mira anyway. Connection's over, right? Because it's only like there and then back.
Yep, that's the end.
We can't, in good conscience, let these people die. So, it seems as though we may need to go to Mira anyways. What do you guys think?
You know what?
Let innocent people get
Comparatively,
hurt.
I'm sure it's lovely there this time of year.
Hope so. All right. So I guess we'll. I'll go back. Or wait. So does she have a room here, or would she be just like up in my room?
She's been staying up in your room.
Okay.
As you go upstairs, I'm going to pass you the Stone of Agu and say, you'll probably do better with the tender touch in this.
Well, she's I'm gonna before I go up, I'll take off my armor. But while she's taking a nap, I'm gonna try and like sneak in there and grab my armor so that I can get ready.
Roll me a move silently.
Okay. Not 20.
You don your armor, not a problem. You hear her quiet snores of slumber as she's passed out on your bed. You see the open suitcase near the foot of the bed.
Okay. Can I see what's in it? Like without like approaching it? Like just what can I see from over in the corner where my armor is?
Mostly just clothing. There's a couple trinkets on the top. You see one carved dreidel out of beechwood. You recognize that as a gift that you carved for her. That's laid up on the top.
Okay. Yeah, I'll head back down. Just as she's finishing up her nap, probably been like half an hour now after that 10 minutes of that and like grab my armor and all that and chatting. So, you guys are sure that you're okay with her coming?
Like I said, she shows potential.
I don't see any way around it at this point. I would appreciate all of your help in protecting her when I can't.
Don't even need to ask.
You have my word.
I shall endeavor to do so.
Thank you.
It's after an hour.
I got to start writing a letter to my dad to just leave here for when he gets back. Just
Actually, you know what? You journey your way into your father's office,
okay.
thinking about your need to write a letter to him. You see a disorganized array of parchment upon his desk. You see a open, half-written letter.
I'd like to read it.
You look upon it. The first words are, "Dearest Tobin, I can't expect you to understand. We haven't really talked about your mother. Did I know who she was? Yes. Do I still love her? Still, yes. She was different with me. A calm and gentle soul. She was different with you. I bring all this up because I've been dreaming of her lately. She calls to me, and I can't say no, Tobin. I've gone up north to where the letter trails off and doesn't continue, as if it was written in a hurry.
Where was Jeshima's tower? Because Cavalis's was in the Northern Darian Empire, right?
Southeastern to Arist, or southwestern in this forest. So it's Arist
Yeah,
is up here. Bishima's tower is in
right.
here.
Fuck. I'm gonna rush down the stairs, or I don't know if his office is first floor or it's second floor, but
It's
rush back.
second floor.
Okay, I'm gonna rush down the stairs and go back to my friends and be like, guys, we have a problem. As I'm like tightly gripping the letter, it seems Jessima has been calling out to my father. I don't think he's headed to Arist. I think he was headed to the tower. If you recall, is just south of Arist. I don't know if he possesses the power to release her, but if he does, we might have big problems on our hand.
Well, if he is trying to break Joshima out of the tower, then we need to handle that immediately.
Tobin's gonna smack his hand down on the desk and be like, damn it, we don't have time for this.
Okay, get the Guardians on it. Scout out the tower.
It's been more than a week. It's only a week's trip to Eris. I fear he may already be there, but who is it that guards that tower? Because Safiri is was near Cavalis's, right?
After locking Jeshua into the tower, you left it mainly unguarded. You after Beckett started to have her issues with Jeshima, you sent a guardian to the tower, seemingly as you assumed one of Saphiri's men.
Can we let Safiri in on sending stone?
Maybe it's best if I talk to. I feel like Kay may know if either he or Safiri has any troops to spare. Do we have Safiri on our stone or just Kay?
You do have Saphiri on your stone.
Okay. What do you guys think? Should I call Safiri or call Kay?
Do it.
I feel like Kay may be more compassionate towards this possible thing. I don't know if Safiri's men would be as gentle with my father as I would like.
Your father is currently a menace to all worlds. We contact both.
Right. Kay, are you around?
Hey, Tobin! What's up, man?
Do you have anybody in the area or of anybody you could send to the area of Jeshima Spire?
Um, I could. What's happening?
I'm in Valebridge on some business, and I decided to stop by my father's shop, and I found a half-written letter saying that Jeshima has been calling to him, and he left a little over a week ago to head to Arist, is what he told his what he told his employee here. So I fear he's
Tobin,
headed to the tower.
Jeshima doesn't have the power to reach out except for those that she already has a grasp on.
Kate, she's
I could.
my mother. He's my father. Of course, I wouldn't put it past her
She
to leave some
shouldn't
sort
have the
of.
power to. She shouldn't have the power to reach out.
And who's to say she didn't leave something on him when she left, like she did on Beckett?
All right, I'll go check it out.
Can you
I'll
handle it?
report back soon.
Should I call Safiri too if he might have somebody closer? You've got it?
I'll handle it.
Thank you, Kay. Please let me know.
Cool.
We have dealings with Tyrael that need to be taken care of. Could help us turn the tide of this war. So, as much as I'd love to, I don't
Leon,
have time.
let me know.
Thank you.
Leon, let me know of what you're up to. Alright, it's a very noble cause. Keep doing what you're doing. And don't let your anxiety stray. I'll do what I can and I'll let you know.
I will keep my mind on the task. Thank you, Kay.
See you soon, brother. Z connection's cut off.
Kay will handle it. I have faith in him. This isn't good, though.
You see as in the corner of your eye, you see that purple flame is starting to appear around Yonatan, as you can just feel the uncertainty and anxiety coursing through him.
Yonatan, what's going on, buddy?
And just a little uncertain as to how these next events are going to go. It's gotten me anxious a little bit.
Well, it's the same thing Kay said to me. Don't let your. Sorry, is this an important interjection?
No, go on. You do it.
Okay. as Kay said, we can't let our anxiety get the best of us right now. We are on an important mission. So like, what are these purple flame? Like, are they like surrounding your feet, or like what's happening?
Yeah, it's like an aura covering him from an aura, like a wreath of flames
Oh, okay.
in purple, signaling.
Jonathan, give me a will save, please.
Okay. Uh, 26.
You feel yourself fail a spell as the mushrooms that are created on the top of your staff expunge for you. All them as your emotions beginning to calm themselves as the fires die down around you.
Sorry, can you repeat that bit with the mushrooms? You cut out just kind of in the middle there. What happened to the mushrooms?
The mushrooms expunge spores that
Oh,
as
okay.
Jonathan smells them in, emotions begin.
Nice, nice.
Jonathan, you can give me a knowledge comment on that.
Knowledge Arcana. That was very robot-y again, but he wants a Knowledge Arcana to figure out what the spores do.
Meep, roll knowledge arcana.
That was okay. I don't know. It seems to be like okay for a couple seconds and then not. So I don't know. But that was okay.
Knowledge Arcana. Gonna be a 17.
You recognize that upon the spores expunging and your emotions settling, feel like a calm emotion spell was cast upon you remotely via the mushroom.
Sweet.
As you, I know around him, you watch these purple fires beginning to form and roar.
Okay, that was pretty bad.
You're getting
I can't hear
super
half of
quiet
that.
again. I'm sorry.
That's real bad.
Forms is something you can speak.
Oh. Give me a meat. Give me a more. Meat more.
Meat morp.
Yeah, that sounds alright.
Yeah, the Adano will around Yonatan watch as he sniffs into the air as you watch these emotional fires beginning to calm themselves as they retract and die down.
I don't know what happened there, but you were able to calm down much easier than some of the times before. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm okay now.
Okay, just remember, we can't let our emotions get the best of us at a time like this. I know that is so much easier said than done. And I may not be one to speak on the topic at a time as I kind of like look up towards the stairs. but it is important.
Yes, of course.
We're being dragged in 3 different directions.
It always seems to be that way. Mira, Callum Doom, the Spire. It's always something.
As you hear excited stomping above the on the floor above you, Layla appearing, carrying a satchel around her shoulders as she pokes her head up from the floor above. Well, are we done being depressing, or do we want to get going? Come on, Tobin,
So-
you promised me the world.
Just
Sorry,
one thing.
depressing is O'Gorlin's natural face.
Just let me do this. I'm gonna grab a quill or equivalent, and is there a version of like yin yang in your world? Like, you know, like the good within dark, like type thing.
The duality of the reverence of the sun and moon
Mm.
is a sigil of the moon and sun coming together, and their lights burning bright together.
Oh,
And as you draw a depiction of one half being a glowing sun and the other half being a shining crescent moon.
so I'm going to write that on the bottom of his unfinished letter, as well as just it's not your fault. I hope you make it home safe to read this. I'm taking Layla with me. It seems like the safest option at this point. Love, Tobin. And then I'm just going to put it somewhere where it'll be very easy for him to see if he were to come home. Probably just maybe like somehow put onto his chair in his office or whatever, like some of that sort.
You instead you twist the knob to the closed door of your father's room. You walk in, reflecting on the nights you've spent in this room, cowering in fear of a storm, missing your mother, the warm embrace of your father's burly arms, to rest on his small bed, on the bed neatly made, untouched in several days.
I think after taking a deep breath of just like the familiar smell, I'm gonna close the door and lodge the letter in between, like in between the door and the door jamb as I close the door at like a high enough level that you'd see it when you go to open the door.
With a click of the lock, you take a deep breath and you exit back down the stairs, seeing your comrades, the Eddie the eager eyes of Layla looking at you.
You better tell Percy what's going on and that he's gonna need to hold down the shop and distribute this nutmeg before we go.
Not to worry. A lot smarter than you think.
Are you sure? Not that he's smart, but that he'll know what's going on.
Owen, he's fine.
Are you worried he'll convince you to stay?
I wouldn't stay unless you stayed with me.
Uh, Tobin will kind of turn around, blushing, and just like he's making sure his bag's ready and like fixing his strap. Well then, we have business at Callum Doom.
The doors of the Raymond family forge close behind you with a jingle of the bell above the door as you all step into the humid streets and turn your way towards the twin bread mountains that hold Kalimdun within. We'll pick up next week as the Arenaul, along with their new companion Leila, continue to uncover the secrets of the mysteries of the Fabergé, Fraught and Frost. A lot of role playing that session. No uses of the points of inspiration, so that means I don't think we're gonna need to award one.
Layla gets an inspiration point.
Yeah,
It's an inspiration point. I agree with
she
you
is
there.
filled with
She is
determination.
inspired and filled with determination. I'm gonna be honest. I did not write in that Leila was going to join you on your quest. It just seemed so natural.
Did you write that we would like go? Did you think we were stopping at Scorch Town? I mean, you probably.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I was trying really hard to figure out a way to make her stay, but at the same time, like, cause like obviously like with Beckett and Calduin and even Amarath, it's like we've seen so much go that Tovin couldn't dream of the possibility. At the same time, it was like it was that point of just she would have left anyway. She's ready to go, so it seems like the safer option.
Absolutely. And I'm excited to see what tales will spin because she decided to join you. We'll see what happens as thank you very much for joining us in this session. We have a total of 899 downloads across all of our episodes. We have a few consistent listeners, so if you are a consistent listener, please leave us a comment and let us know that you're here. And if you are listening to this episode and are not following our page, go ahead and drop us a follow, leave us a rating. It would all be greatly appreciated. So with that and everything out of the way, we have been drunk and we have been dumb. Nate, you go ahead.
Peace.